We live in an age where technology plays a huge factor in all of our lives. With technology everywhere, it seems like we are unable to escape it, and artificial intelligence is quickly evolving. Whether we like it or not, AI is all around us, with it being used as a unique selling point sometimes for products such as the Amazon Echo. But there is also a different kind of artificial intelligence, the deeper learning kind.
This kind of artificial intelligence imitates how the human brain works and processes data. This is also known as deep neural learning, or deep neural network. This form of AI has improved with technology. The most common way that it improves is with machine learning. This is a self-adapting algorithm that gets better at patterns and analysis with the data that it acquires. This is used for systems such as fraud detection.
But AI has been on a long journey and is still evolving. One of the first forms of AI was the machine created by Alan Turing to discover what was being said by the Germans in World War II, the Enigma machine. He is one of the pioneers of machine learning during the 1940s and 50s. He also created the Turing test in 1950. It is a test that can determine if a computer is capable of thinking like a human. Turing believed that a computer could be said to have artificial intelligence if it can mimic human responses under specific conditions. The original name for this test was the imitation game. While this was one of the earliest forms of machine thinking, the term AI wasn't actually coined until 1956 by John McCarthy, when he held the first academic conference on the subject at the Dartmouth Summer Research Project on Artificial Intelligence. With all the importance that AI has in our lives, it's no wonder why the UK government funded almost £1 billion into AI research to make the UK the forefront of AI technology and talent. In the 20th century, nations were competing against each other to get to space, and now nations are fighting to create the best artificial intelligence technology possible. But with all this funding and research to make a machine that could pass the Turing test, should we be worried? Could this AI be able to think? Could it be the end of the world? These questions are worrying, and even some of the biggest minds working in the industry of science, such as Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking, are against the creation of artificial intelligence. Maybe we should be worried about AI.
Right now, the way we control AI isn't anything to worry about. We're simply asking it to do tasks for us, like set a reminder or a timer, search for subjects or people that we are interested in, and even be able to learn from data that has been gained. But people have found ways to manipulate these forms of AI. An example of this would be Taybot, the AI for Twitter created by Microsoft. This AI learned from the interactions it had with people. While this was meant to make it able to help people, it ended up instead becoming offensive. Microsoft replaced the AI with another form in 2016 called Zoe.
To make sure that AI isn't a danger, it must be controlled. The main way of doing this is done through coding in the AI. But for a machine to be intelligent, it must have self-learning protocols in its coding. But if the AI is self-learning, then there is the risk of it being able to act outside of its protocols.
For example, a piece of artificial intelligence could be programmed to do something beneficial, but could find a more dangerous and destructive way of achieving the goal. This could happen if we are unable to fully align an AI's goals with ours. If they are told to achieve a goal, they will find any way that they can do that, even if it involves hurting people.
But it isn't just the possibility of AI finding a dangerous way to achieve its goal that we should worry about. Some AI is created with the goal of hurting people. Autonomous weapons are systems that are programmed to kill. These kind of weapons are designed to be difficult to turn off. So an AI war would be incredibly dangerous and worrying, but also possible. Maybe we should worry about the people who create AI rather than artificial intelligence itself.
With all these possible dangers, is there any possibility of a doomsday scenario? Any possibility of artificial intelligence rising up?
The main belief among economists is that AI could take over in the workplace, giving people a lack of jobs, because robots and machines will be able to do the jobs themselves and better. This is because they have been programmed to do it in one specific way instead of humans who have room for error.
The science fiction way is still possible though. A super intelligent computer could be a potential threat to us. If it decided that the human race was an unnecessary risk or a waste of resources, then there would be a result of human extinction.
But rather than just researching about the potential risks of AI, I went and talked to robotics professor Benjamin Inden to find out more information. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Benjamin Inden. I'm a lecturer at the Department for Computing and Technology at Nottingham Trent University. So I teach artificial intelligence and I have some research projects in artificial intelligence in areas that are called evolutionary algorithms, neural networks, that I do as well.
What do you believe are the biggest benefits of AI?
So we use AI all the time already when, for example, we do Google search. Google Translate is also based on quite interesting artificial intelligence and many other services that you access on your phone and in the internet. The logistics that supermarket chains, for example, use is based on AI. So basically everybody uses AI even without noticing. And obviously it helps to save a lot of costs and unnecessary effort, which is a good thing.
What do you think are the biggest risks?
So AI is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for the wrong purpose. So that would be the biggest risk, people using it for things that are not beneficial for the majority of people. So that could be, for example, in military applications, or then spying on people, violating their privacy. These kinds of things are definitely much more easy to do with artificial intelligence than without.
So how do you control AI to avoid danger?
So that's a very complex question because it has both technological aspects and more like political aspects. I don't really feel qualified to talk about the political aspects a lot. Like, for example, there are currently a lot of initiatives on how the future robot law or AI law should be, and there are already laws related to privacy that are relevant for AI as well. Technologically speaking, there are ways of putting a kind of safety net around artificial intelligence systems, which are definitely contributing towards them being more safe. On the other hand, you can also think about the basic design. When you start designing a system, for example, there's a research direction called explainable AI. You basically want the system, whenever it makes the decision, to be able to justify to a human why it made that decision. So there are lots of approaches that can be taken to make AI more safe.
So what do you think AI could be used for in the future?
Again, there are probably many possible benefits you could think of. One area I find very interesting is the automatization of science. So these days, scientists do a lot of experiments manually, but it has already been shown that many of these experiments can be automatized, so can be done much faster by computers, and also the understanding that a computer could have of complex mathematical equations, for example, is beyond that humans can have, and therefore it would be interesting that we get more help in the future that we already have now from artificial intelligence systems when we do science and get to deeper insights about nature.
Do you think jobs could be at risk due to AI? So do you think that jobs could be at risk due to AI?
Yes, definitely. Whenever there's new technology, the way we did work previously is no longer feasible sometimes. So at least for some jobs, and therefore AI has already removed quite a few jobs and will continue to do so in the future. But hopefully it will also create new jobs, because as long as we have tasks to do, like, for example, make the earth be a clean environment, reduce pollution, make sure that everyone lives a healthy and happy life, as soon as we have these kinds of jobs to do, we'll never be out of work, basically.
All right, thank you. Overall, combining the research we have done with the interview that I have conducted, We believe that AI does pose a risk, but the media vastly exaggerates how big the risk is. We found out that AI has many restrictions put in place to mitigate these risks, and that the issues such as the amount of jobs being reduced are true, but they would hopefully be replaced by more jobs thanks to AI. However, we believe that this may still pose a problem, as the jobs created would most likely be high-end jobs that require a lot of training, which not everyone could achieve. So, to answer the question, yes, AI could end the world, but it is very much avoidable.